Do you feel trapped in a loveless or maybe joyless marriage? Well, hi, I'm Guy Ardito, relationship expert, and in this episode, I'm going to talk about what it takes to turn a loveless or joyless marriage around. And the problem is that it can feel very lonely and disappointing, and even confusing if you're not sure how you wound up here. So let's review the three things that are typically behind a loveless or joyless marriage. Number one, chronic fighting drove the two of you to not even want to deal with each other. And that happens a fair amount, especially over things like money and chores. Number two, one or both of you put all the love into the children and didn't have enough left over to put in the two of you and your adult relationship. That one happens a lot. The third most common reason is that outside interests, such as a business if you're an entrepreneur, or maybe your career if you're an executive, just took priority over your relationship and you wound up drifting apart. Which of those three really kind of resonate with you for how you wound up where you are? Well, the good news is that regardless of how you got where you are, your relationship definitely can be restored and even made better than it was before. But it's going to take a little bit of work. So let's talk about the four things that you need to do to turn your relationship around. Now, number one, you've got to strengthen your desire, your resolve to restore your love. It's going to take some work. So the best way to do this is, number one, get clear on the cost of breaking up. The emotional cost, the legal cost, the financial cost, there are a lot. Number two, associate with how it felt when things were great between the two of you. Maybe that's when you first met, or perhaps when you first started having children, if you have children. Go through old photos and really relive those memories that they're really flowing through you, really motivated and inspiring you. The second big step, and this is a big one, is taking responsibility for your part in how the two of you got where you are. And just bear with me here. A lot of people get defensive and they say, well, I've been in the marriage. It was my partner who drifted off. The bottom line is that people drift away when they're not getting their needs met. And you might have been making a huge effort, and you might have been giving a tremendous amount. I'm not saying you're not. All I'm saying is that it wasn't enough for what your partner needed. And that may not sound fair, but that's just kind of the fact of the matter, and it's essential to repairing your relationship. After that, tell your partner how you've been feeling, what you're taking your responsibility for, and what kind of future you want for the two of you. And then finally, step four is living into that future, right? Spending time together in pleasurable ways, finding ways to enjoy each other's company again. Now, it might take several steps before it really feels like fun, and it might take a few steps after that until the attraction and intimacy return. But you've got to be around each other. You've got to be spending time together where you have a chance to connect and enjoy each other again. This is the necessary baby step to really getting back to a thriving, loving relationship. And as a bonus, pick something that your partner is really into, but you've never really been interested in. Maybe you've left them to kind of do it on their own. Maybe that's one of the things that's kind of resulted in the two of you drifting apart. Well, by taking that step to get into their world, you're making a huge gesture. You're also relating, right? That's the essence of relating, getting into somebody else's world. And remember that relating is the essence of relationship. So if you want a relationship, you've got to relate. All right, I hope you found this information useful. If you'd like a free 4-part video course in how to fix your marriage, just go to my website. That's www.guyardito.com. That's GUYARDITO.com. And register. It'll be on its way to your inbox basically immediately. In the meantime, remember, life is short. Live in love.